Welcome to another chapter of Isaac's Ideological Impressions. Once again, we have Isaac here, and he is going to show us what he thinks about some of the events that are happening in this world. Let's start here, Isaac. I was reading that the public schools here in Southwest Florida are going out on spring break. And at least in some cases, they started this past Friday. Now, when I grew up, we did not have spring break, but we did have a week off for Easter. This is definitely a deep red area of Florida. And you have to wonder why they parrot the local libs and do away with the Easter celebrations in these areas. Do you think we are abandoning our Christian roots?
I do, yes. I feel that the nation is we're just
Spit it out.
I'm messing up. Yeah, I think it's our nation was good when it had good traditional Christian values, and now it's just kind of become Nineveh, just bad. It's like there's a lot of acceptance in this trans stuff, and it's wrong, and it's a sin, and a lot of people support it, and it's not good. And so the further and further we move away from our Christian values, the worse and worse it gets.
I think you make a good point there. Now in California, Fang Swalwell is leading. He is the leading Democrat in the state's gubernatorial race. However, there is serious doubt that he actually lives in California. Do you think the Californians who support him are just socialist sycophants, or is there merit in electing someone who doesn't even bother to live there?
Well, it is a law that you actually have to live in the state that you represent. And so if it's true, if it comes out to be true that this guy doesn't live in his state, I think it's very clear where everyone should stand on whether he should be California's governor or not.
Okay. Donald Trump stated days ago that he would be making an endorsement in the Texas Senate race. That has yet to happen. Now, it would seem to me that the only viable endorsement would be in favor of Ken Paxton, the current Attorney General for the state of Texas. The fact that no endorsement has been forthcoming portends that the president might have been considering Cornyn, who is certainly an anti-MAGA rhino. What is your opinion of this matter?
Well, I don't think it's... I think MAGA is dead. Me personally. I think that... I think Trump shot himself in the foot a lot of times recently. And I think that he kind of screwed himself. There have just been a lot of inconsistencies with Trump recently, and so I feel like he's compromised, and he's being funded by a lot of Jews, and I think that they're pushing whatever they want to push, and that's just how it goes, kind of like this war. So whoever he represents is probably also being funded by some type of political Zionist.
Now, Candace Owens is alleging that Senator Lindsey Graham is compromised. Seems to me almost all our senators and representatives are compromised. What do you think about this, Isaac?
So yeah, I mean, Candace Owens is correct. There's some stuff that she said kind of like regarding Charlie Kirk and like kind of all her stuff that I don't agree with, but this part I 100% agree with. I don't know the exact percentage, but a number of our politicians, like the majority of them are funded by foreign money, and that's just pretty serious. When you like, why are they being funded by another nation? That's just bad. And now we're going and fighting for this nation that funds all of our politicians. That seems pretty suspicious. So that's really what I think. I think they're all compromised, and there just needs to be a completely another redo.
I was reading an article where it was alleged that there were 76,000 claims worth over $600 million that were billed to taxpayers under one 87-year-old doctor's name. I cannot fathom how our elected and appointed officials did not question this. Say at perhaps $50 million? It is looking more and more like both parties are complicit in the corruption. What do you think about this, Isaac?
Yeah, I think it's all a big money game, and I feel like this isn't new. I mean, throughout history, we know that money and valuable things in this world have mattered a lot to people, and I feel like it's just sad because our nation should be run by people who genuinely care about it, and when we're stealing money and just, I mean, it's a completely terrible system right now. And it's not Trump, it's not Joe Biden, it's the Zionist Jews that control all of our politicians that make the decisions. So it's both parties. It's two sides of the same bird, two wings of the same bird. So that's just what it's become. It's not good versus evil. I know a lot of people really they think the Republican Party is literally good versus evil, and that's what I used to believe. I used to think they support no abortion, they don't support abortion, and it's that's a good thing. But then when you really get down to who's behind everything and what's really going on, that's when it gets serious. And it's pretty sad to see because I think everything is just completely corrupt.
Yeah, I understand your feeling. The Independent Sentinel ran this headline, quote, "No talking filibuster, no ending the filibuster, no judges, no SABAC, no codifying the agenda," end quote. Seems to me the Republicans are practically useless. What do you think about this?
Yeah, we've been promised things. Trump promised that the SAVE Act would be implemented, and he promised mass deportations, and now we're kind of backing off the mass deportations. It's not getting it's just nobody's working together, and it's getting bad because the Democrats work together pretty good. I think we all know that, and well, I think we can't work together as Republicans, and I think it's sad.
Now, the Batavia, Illinois School District has named a transvestite as an honoree for Women's History Month. Isaac, do you think this is sending the right message to the students in their schools?
She's not a woman. He's not a woman.
Good point.
If they have a vagina, they're a woman. If they have a penis, they are a man. That's very simple. And why are we supporting this at all? I don't know. I think it's that's just the way our world is now, and it's depressing and it's sad and it's evil and it's Satan. So, and I'm not shaming anyone who's questioning themselves or anything like that. I'm just stating what I'm thinking in my brain, and what's like, they're being plagued. Their mind is being plagued by the media and by social media and all that. And I want to tell you, like, if you're struggling with that, like, please just go find help. Read the Bible, pray to God, like, figure yourself out. And I just want you to know that, like, there's loving people out there who really, like, who want to help you. And I'm not here to shame you. I'm just saying that, like, you're not a woman if you have a penis. Simple.
Now, a Rasmussen poll shows that 56% of Americans now suspect COVID vaccines cause mass deaths. Yet Attorney General Pam Bondi has done nothing. Certainly, something should have been done by now, but silence. What do you think about this situation, Isaac?
Well, everyone already knows Pam Bondi has lied under oath, so I mean, nothing's changed. She's kind of terrible at her job, and like, she's a very smart person, but she's terrible at her job. And I think it's a lot deeper because she's not doing her job, and there's a reason behind it. She needs to be looked into. So, it's just my opinion on it.
Now, I like John Solomon, who currently runs a website that is entitled Just the News. Recently, he had an article that alleges Vivek Ramaswamy is trailing the Democrat by 10 points in the Ohio governor's race. What is frustrating is that while he lists the poll results, he does not tell us who conducted the poll. Now, we get far too many fake polls, and I suspect that is the case here. But if Ohioans want what the Democrats have to offer, have fun. Just do not come crying when you realize your mistake. Look at Virginia, where Spambanger ran as a moderate, but moderation is the one thing missing from her administration. Virginians got fleeced, but it is so predictable. What do you think about this, Isaac?
I think Vivek Ramaswamy is a pretty good candidate, and I think obviously